Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. NFL Sunday action. We've got a big one in the AFC North. You know I like that division, Scott. My Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, the undefeated Cincinnati Bengals, coming off a bye week. But we get Big Ben back this week. What do you think?
Yeah, for one or two people who may not know it by now, Marco, of course, a Pittsburgh guy, and so we're talking about the Steelers now that Big Ben is coming back. First time that he'll be able to be on the field at the same time with Martavis Bryant, which is going to be interesting to watch. But I got to ask you something, hand ratty breath. When I look at this Bengals Steelers game, I'm trying to get past. We already knew, they lost Pouncey a long time ago. Right. We already knew that they were going to have to be out there without Pouncey. Now they lose their offensive left tackle, Kelvin Beachum, one of the best in the game. So my question to you as I try to figure this game out, which is a pick 'em as we cut the videos, are they going to be able to protect Big Ben? Are they going to be able to run the football, not only with Pouncey gone, but now with Beachum also, two of the best linemen that you're going to find in the game at their particular positions?
It's going to be a problem, and it has been a problem for the Pittsburgh Steelers for the last 4 years. If this offensive line could ever play a 16-game season intact, they're going to be great because they've drafted some really good linemen. But I don't know what it is about the Steelers. They constantly get hurt, have to move guys from other positions, play out of position, but they've managed to make it work. Big Ben, it's one of his strengths, but it's also sometimes his weakness. He keeps plays going. He won't go down because he is so big and strong. He extends plays, but sometimes he extends it into something bad. We've had more. We've had more good
quarterbacks.
He's had more good ones, but there's always that one, where he ends up a fumble, after it because he held it 4 seconds longer than he should have, with 3 guys hanging on him and still trying to make the play. But the question is how sharp is he going to be? Now, I will tell you this much. He did practice last week, and he was lobbying hard to get on the field last week. He wanted to play last week. They thought better of it, wait another week, get it for this week, the big game against Cincinnati. But we don't catch a break like I did in the opening. We catch the Bengals undefeated off of a bye week. They get 2 weeks to prepare for us.
What I like?
Good situation.
You know what I like about this? Marvin Lewis has taken a lot of heat over the years since he's been at Cincinnati of not getting this team to that next level. I mean, he brought the NFL back to Cincinnati where there was no NFL in Cincy for a long time, and I'm talking, figuratively speaking. Marvin Lewis comes in, turns the team around, but never got to that next level, and he's been standing by Andy Dalton ever since he came out of college. Now we're kind of seeing why. Now that he's got Tyler Eifert at tight end, who he can target throughout the game, and whenever you try to double a guy like A.J. Green, you've got Tyler Eifert who can play off of it, and vice versa, to tell you the truth. And then Giovanni Bernard, and you've got Jeremy Hill coming out of the backfield, but especially Bernard who can catch passes. Andy Dalton's having a field day, 14 touchdown passes, only 2 picks. Is it a little bit of a mirage, or do you believe in the Cincinnati offense?
The Cincinnati offense I definitely believe in. I think their defense can be beat. We saw Seattle run the football for 200 yards against them. We need, and that's got to be the game plan. We're suiting up on Sunday.
Black and gold colors coming out.
Yeah, they got to come out and they got to run the football. And I think, down the road you're going to see Big Ben, airing it out because he's got a ton of weapons. But I think in this one, slow down that pass rush. We got the best back in football. Realize he missed 2 games. Yeah. And he's at the top of the, in the top 3 in all of the, running back categories. The guy is phenomenal. And sometimes it's like, it frustrates me when I watch him sometimes because he's so deliberate. He's not the guy that just, hits the line of scrimmage. He does a dance, He has as many, probably leads the league in plays for losses, but he has the big yardage because he waits that extra second, finds that hole, and then hits it.
Sure.
But sometimes it can be frustrating, especially when it's 4th and 1. I don't need that dance.
I was going to say, when you don't hit the hole with reckless abandon on 4th and 1, it gets a little scary sometimes. Yeah. But I got to ask you, you're a Pittsburgh guy, but I know you don't bet with your heart. You root with your heart if you have no bet on the game. Yeah. Do you have a play on this game?
This is one where, because it is the season for the Steelers, not really the season, because I think for the division, it's going to be tough to make up 3 games if they lose this one. I think Pittsburgh can lose this game and still be a wild card because there are a lot of bad teams, which we're going to talk about in another video later. And if you would have told me coming in that Pittsburgh would have went the 4 games without Ben, 2-2, I would have been happy as could be. if you told me which two they were going to win and which two they were going to lose, you come away now a little bit, well, the 1-2 that I really didn't, going to San Diego, I thought would have been a tough game on a Monday night. The Arizona game wasn't going to be easy with that offense, and Bruce Arians coming back to Pittsburgh with a chip on his shoulder. So
don't you think, though, if Landry Jones doesn't come in that game and Michael Vick doesn't get hurt, that's a whole different ball game?
They probably lose that game, yes.
It's one of those situations where, not that Landry Jones is a great football player
went
yet.
against them last week. I didn't, use my heart
last
week.
And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at that and I thought it was just because of the absolute incredible 180 change of pace going from Michael Vick type football to drop straight back and throw the football downfield.
They had no time to prepare for him.
Absolutely.
Anyway, that was different. Weak vote. Very weak vote. Pittsburgh 24-23.
But you'll be waving the towel.
I have probably about 6 terrible towels at my place.
Good stuff.
Sometimes I cry with them. But how about you?
I've never cried with a terrible towel.
No, how about this game?
Boy, this is one of the toughest games you've ever picked since I've been doing the videos this season with you. And I'm going to say a ever so slight lean on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to, and again, this is one of those things where I'm saying don't run out and bet it, at least on my recommendation, because I'm not going to be betting the side in this one. I think Pittsburgh finds a way to win by a field goal or less. Maybe
this was the national spotlight game. Given the schedule we had on Sunday, there was really only 2 candidates to really look at a serious game, and this was one of them. So, all right, there you have it. A couple weak votes for Pittsburgh on Sunday. And guys, hey, don't forget on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, head on over to WagerTalk.com. It's $2 Tuesday. We pick one handicapper, and we offer his best bet for just $2. Check it out each and every Tuesday at WagerTalk.com. Be sure to check out all our other videos and podcasts at WagerTalk.